You are listening to Single Smart Female. This is Jen, explaining the possibilities in your love life and examining your Mantourage dating experiences. I am here to help you do life and love on your terms by tipping the scales of love permanently in your favor. So don't forget to text this episode to all of your single smart girlfriends, and let's get started. Hello, single smart female. It's your romantic fairy godmama. And today I have a single smart female listener question to you. Now, this one comes all the way from the great state of New Jersey. And I would attempt a New Jersey accent, but I would butcher it so badly, you would all be writing me, asking me to please stop. So I want you to just imagine it. Anyways, Miss Single Too Long is 51 from New Jersey, and she writes, Dear Jen, we met on an app and dated for almost 4 months. I am divorced for 15 years. He is 36. She's 51. And I just turned 51, but a J-Lo 51. I always meet younger guys and they are shocked by my age. After a lot of self-care therapy after my last relationships, I'm mentally in a place to date, and I started last year. Finally, I was Mantourage dating and having fun, and I met him, the carpenter. I wasn't that interested in because he had 2 kids and was going through a divorce, I know, but decided on a whim to meet up with him for drinks on a summer Friday. I already decided he would be a one-night stand because I didn't want to get involved with a guy going through all that. The first night was magic. Our birthdays are less than a week apart, and we got along great. But he and I kept in touch, and it turned into a passion experience. Fast forward, by month 4, I had to walk away because he started acting a little strange, not showing up on time, forgetting dates, all the BS that says that there's somebody else in the picture. I very calmly told him one day when he thought we were supposed to be meeting tomorrow that it was okay and he didn't need to call me back. He had no idea I meant ever because I was so nice. I just didn't have the energy to deal with the BS, admitting I went into self-protection mode before I knew the fact. But I already knew it was over because I have a sixth sense for guys lying and cheating after my marriage experience. Okay, so he called back a few hours later. I never answered or returned his call, and I was pissed. Now here we are 10 months later, and I miss him and wish we could talk, but he has never reached out again. I think because of his pride or maybe because he didn't want to. I don't know. All I know is that I think about him way more than I should. I fell for him, I admit. We would have 3-hour conversations on the phone, cuddles, and he even told me he felt so good around me. We would spend days together when he didn't have the kids. Now, to the question, was I fooling myself to think he was really into me? Should I even bother reaching out to him? I sent him a text and wished him well a while back, and I got no response. Now I'm embarrassed. Help, please. I miss my carpenter. All right, Miss Single Way Too Long. Okay, so I'm going to dive into this. And I'm going to give you a heads up right now. Parts of this are not going to be pretty. So first thing, dating a guy going through a divorce. You weren't hearing from him when things got weird, either because of his ex or because he was dating other women. Just going to be very blunt with you. This happens a lot in guys who are separated. A lot. And I'm going to tell you, ladies, it's not worth the pain. The temporary pleasure is not worth the pain. Women who date men who are actually in another relationship stuff and they end up with the guy, they're always wondering. So it's not a win situation. They may end up with the guy and they think they have the prize, but they're always wondering whether or not he's going to do the same thing to them. Even, somebody going through a divorce is not a great place to start. And the thing is that you even decided that this was just going to be a one-night stand. And apparently you need to work on some boundaries because you let it turn into so much more. And that's on you. That's not on him. That is on you. But I can guarantee you it was his ex or another woman, and you were right. It's not a sixth sense. You just happen to be right about that. And I'll talk about that part in a minute. Now, oh boy. Your birthdays were being so close together, which means, and you said that meant you guys had a lot of fun together. Ladies, I don't know how to put this kindly. Astrology is not a good basis for trying to determine somebody's romantic compatibility with you. There are so many discrepancies, and yes, I've had my stuff read before, things like that, but there's so many discrepancies, there's so many inaccuracies, there's so many inconsistencies
And then a lot of times if you're working with somebody, a lot of times they're reading through their own personal lens. And it's just not a great, oh, I can never date him because he's a Scorpio. Because I'm a Scorpio and this, I don't even know what all the different incompatibilities are. Or we're perfect for each other because of the, no. I'm not a completely science-based person by any means. By any means. I believe in all kinds of potential and all kinds of magic and all kinds of possibilities. But astrology is not it. It's another way to stereotype people, and it doesn't work on a consistent basis. You might have one that works every once in a while, but you're driving yourself crazy more than anything, and you're using really stupid means to disqualify men. It's based on how he treats you. That's what it's based on. I don't need all the different labels and stereotypes to tell you that it comes down to how he treats you, not what sign he is, not what year he is, none of that. And I know we want to buy into this romanticized version of fate. And I'm not saying that fate doesn't play a part, but it's not through astrology. It's through, I'm going to just let you know this is actually a choose your own adventure world. And if you really want something magical in your life, accept this as choose your own adventure and open yourself up to those possibilities. All right. Number 3, sixth sense. You have a sixth sense about men cheating. I hate to say this to you. It's not really a sixth sense. What it is, and when we don't trust men and we think we know exactly what, we're just reading patterns that we think we have seen before in certain contexts because those are types of men that we attract or that we're attracted to. And that's another very harsh reality that we have to accept. If you think that you really know every sign of a man, you might know some and you might have seen them before, but the same signs aren't the same thing for every single man. And I'm just going to let you have a heads up right now. It's not that you don't have intuition, but a lot of your intuition, and mine was in the same place, it's based on bad experiences. Okay? Intuition has to incorporate good and bad, not just bad. And most of the time what we're calling intuition and gut instinct is based on just exclusively bad experiences because we haven't opened ourselves up to the possibility, especially through man-entourage dating. So I want to caution you on jumping, definitely in this case, but it was the type of guy that you were attracted to, not necessarily that it was your sixth sense kicking in. All right. So you're asking me, should you even bother reaching out to him? And I say this with 100% certainty. As your romantic fairy godmama, no. In no shape or form. I don't care what tingles he made you feel below the belt. I don't care how great it was to have these 3-hour conversations. But what you really do need to do is move on and put your man-entourage together. A real man-entourage. Date higher quality men, not men going through a divorce or a separation. And I hear but Jen, there really aren't any great. That's bullshit. That's the lies that we tell ourselves because we're too scared to date other types of men besides the ones that we've been historically attracted to. So don't lie to yourself anymore. Do yourself a favor. Start your actual man-entourage dating experience. If you need help with that, I have a free 3-day class at mantouragedating.com. If you want to know how to spell man-entourage, it's MANTOURAGE dating.com, and I will see you there. Okay, lover girl, it's time for the final thought on today's show. Never, ever, ever, ever reach back out to a man who was a bad idea from the beginning.
Hey, lover girl, don't forget to subscribe to the show in your favorite podcast app, as well as share this episode with all of your single smart girlfriends. And if you are ready to stop pretending that you can indefinitely survive on scraps of his romantic attention, and instead learn how to man-entourage date with your romantic fairy godmama directly, then come schedule your application interview at secretsocietyofAdoredWomen.com. Most women repeatedly fail in their romantic endeavors because they have the wrong guidance, no accountability, no romantic support system, and shit-ass one-size-fits-all dating advice that doesn't work for smart, successful women. Adored Women, on the other hand, have me at their fingertips to help them brilliantly navigate Mantourage dating with excessive laughter, giddiness, and all the right feels you've been craving. True love included, no batteries required. See you at secretsocietyofAdoredwomen.com.